Is the Millie Bobby Brown Netflix era over after the initial reviews from the Electric State have been dreadful, scoring an average of just 23% on Rotten Tomatoes? But we may have to take those reviews with a pinch of salt, as critics always nail their reviews, right? But before we make our decision whether this is the end of an era, we have to take you back to the beginning. Millie Bobby Brown had made a few minor TV appearances, like being Lizzie on Modern Family.
Whoa! Okay, I need to borrow this, okay? Here it is. Alright. Okay? I promise to bring it back, alright?
No, that's what you said about my mom's humidifier!
But it was Netflix who made her a star. She became the iconic 11 in Stranger Things. Who's excited for season 5, or is it just me? And that show really put her in the spotlight. And since her first appearance on Stranger Things, she's gone on to star in several Netflix films. First came Enola Holmes back in 2020, a story about Sherlock Holmes' little sister.
That I'm presently on the way to collect my brothers, Mycroft and Sherlock.
I've got to say, I really enjoyed the movie, and Millie Bobby Brown was superb in it.
They all make me look like that truly unlikely thing. A lady.
After the success of Enola Holmes, she had to appear in the sequel Enola Holmes 2 in 2022. And I have to say, this film was even better.
And this is not fair!
Enola?
Everything good from the first was just made even better in the second.
'Tis I. 'Tis not I. Which, when you're wanted by the police, is most useful.
And yet again, Millie Bobby Brown was amazing.
Get a haircut. It's a mess.
I think my hair is fine.
Fast forward 2 years and she was the star of the Netflix film Damsel. However, this film wasn't liked by critics or the general public. But in most reviews, Millie stood out as a standout in a very poor film. Like in this critic's review, Damsel has an appealing action hero in Millie Bobby Brown, whose gutsy performance is often enough to balance the scales against the film's underpowered story and occasionally unconvincing effects. And in this audience review, Damsel is decently made fantasy film and Millie Bobby Brown does well in the title role, although it's easy to tell where the story's going and the CGI isn't great. But if you compare the ratings of Damsel compared to the 2 previous films, it really was a fall off, and it's gotten even worse with the Electric State.
I know, it's nuts.
This film was supposed to be Netflix's next big thing. They spent $300 million on the budget, which is over 4 times as much as they did on Damsel, and over 15 times as much as for Enola Holmes. They had an all-star cast of Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Woody Harrelson, Ki Huy Kwan, Alan Tudyk and Stanley Tucci, just to name a few. It had the Endgame directors, the Russo brothers, who had previously made one of Netflix's best movies, Extraction. So, with all that in mind, it should have been one of Netflix's next smash hits. But so far, it's looking like it's going to be a huge flop and a massive letdown. However, none of the reviews have so far pointed the failure down to Millie Bobby Brown. In fact, one of the reviews even went out of their way to say how much of a star Millie Bobby Brown was in this film. Millie Bobby Brown once again proves she shines as a lead. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but it isn't terrible either. It's cute and fun and it made me cry. So, is it time Millie Bobby Brown left Netflix before her name gets tarnished as an actress who only does bad films? This might seem like a very hasty response after just 2 poor Netflix films in a row, but with Netflix being so big, this opinion could become mainstream very quickly. Millie Bobby Brown is an amazing actress and is only gonna get better, but is it time she left the nest of that Netflix bubble to go on to do bigger and better things? Now, she is contracted to Netflix, so it's not as simple as just saying she's gonna leave, but I'm sure it could be done. And I think leaving would definitely enhance her career. For Netflix though, the move would be absolutely horrific, as she's a massive star and brings in loads of viewers for whatever she's in. Even with all the bad reviews so far of the Electric State, I'm sure millions of people are going to watch it just because Millie Bobby Brown is in it. And this all could be forgotten with Enola Holmes 3 in the pipeline. But what do you think Millie Bobby Brown should do? Do you think she should leave Netflix or not? Let us know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments.
Happy to know.